Hi. So, I decided to do a video for my blog entry today because I am too lazy to write about this, and it won't take very long. So yeah, I was in the middle of doing homework when I decided to clean my horrendously messy room. So of course, anything possible that I could do to avoid doing important things that'll help me graduate and get a real person job, because I'm a man-child. But that's besides the point. I was looking through, just cleaning my stuff, and I found a whole bunch of games as I've been cleaning that I didn't even know I owned. Looking at these, I kind of realize why I have no money, and it's incredibly depressing. But at the same time, at least for some of these games, I'm very glad that I was smart enough to pick them up because they're pretty hard to find now. So I'm just going to go through them real quick. Let's see. The first two are Etrian Odyssey 2 and 3. These games are super hardcore dungeon crawlers that are really difficult and will also make you cry like a little girl or boy, which is what I did when I started playing again. Number 2 is really hard. I picked it up and I was killed almost immediately by a giant monster, and it was super annoying, so I got mad and threw it away. Number 3 is a little easier. It's kind of nice because I guess it eases you into it a bit more at the beginning, but it will kick your ass very soon. And also, the fourth one's actually coming out soon. It's only $30, so I decided to pick it up, of course. So that's pretty exciting. This game, The World Ends With You, is probably my favorite Square Enix game to come out in the past little while. Well, this game's kind of old. It came out in about 2007 or 2008. But this game is amazing. It's pretty interesting with some great characters and some amazing music. I just love it. The gameplay is also pretty tough and confusing. A little bit psychedelic, too, because there's two battles going on at the same time whenever you get in the fight, and you have to pay attention to both. I got killed almost immediately when playing this game again, but I can't restart because I played through it, and I got a whole bunch of really awesome stuff, and I don't want to delete my file. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Maybe never play it again. Anyway, right, that game's awesome. If you have a DS, you should buy it. If you know me and you have a DS, you should borrow it. And if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you should pick it up from the store because it is that good. That game deserves a sequel much more than any other Square Enix game that's out there right now, and that's including Kingdom Hearts, which I love. I love that series, but that game is more fun and more interesting. Yeah. So I also picked up this weird-ass game called Contact. I don't even know how to describe this. Basically, this game breaks the fourth wall constantly because the main character you play as is unaware that he's being controlled by you. However, on the top screen, there's this doctor dude that and his little weird cat that run around, and they know that you're controlling the kid. They keep telling you that you have to keep controlling him to help him save himself and the world or something. I don't know. It's really strange. This game is not very hard from what I can remember, but when I actually picked it up and played it again, I had no idea what I was doing and was killed almost immediately, which is a common theme for many of these games. Yeah, I don't play games nearly as much as I talk about them and read about them and buy them, apparently. I don't really remember anything about this game, Radiant Historia. This game I remember being really cool. I picked it up on a whim because I heard great things about it. From what I could tell, I remember the game's about time travel, but unfortunately honestly, I don't remember much else about it. I actually played it for a couple hours and stopped because it was during a very busy time in school, so I wasn't really able to do much with this game. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to it. It looks interesting. I've been watching videos. It's cool. Let's see, now for my PSP games. Now this game's not rare or hard to find really, but it's just kind of strange as far as Final Fantasy goes. Final Fantasy Dissidia Duodecim. I really like the Dissidia game. It's a lot of fun. It's like a 3D arena style fighter with one-on-one battles. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of cool Final Fantasy characters. You get to play as both the heroes and the villains. It's a lot of fun. And what I really like about this game is actually something that I think more games should do, is kind of constantly, games of this style at the very least, kind of constantly reward you just for playing. Like, the more time you spend in it, the more new items and new items you'll get, and you'll level up your characters, learn new abilities, both active and passive abilities. You'll unlock new areas. It's really interesting. I'm doing a horrible job of describing it. This is hard. Writing games are hard. I'm not even reviewing them. I'm just talking about them for like a couple minutes. Anyway, this game is a lot of fun. I would highly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of Final Fantasy and doesn't mind some fighting games. And it's not hard to find. Again, it's not really rare at all, but it's just different than your common Final Fantasy or Square Enix product. So again, like, I think this game is great. Amazing music, by the way. The remixes for the Final Fantasy games in this game are just incredible. I love it so much. I downloaded it and listened to the soundtrack quite often. Let's see. I also have this game. I'm actually really happy that I was smart enough to buy. You see the HalfMinute Hero. This game is awesome. Basically, there's 4 different styles of gameplay, and each of them generally have a very limited time to actually complete a quest. So it's really easy to just pick up and play and put away really quickly if you just have a few minutes on like a bus ride or something like that. Granted, the PSP will probably boot for like 5 of those minutes, and then after that you can play for 1. But really, if you have this game's really quick, it's really fun, and it's hilarious too. The humor in this game is so friggin' funny. They just make fun of a lot of RPG tropes too, which is kind of great. So yeah, I'm surprised and happy I was smart enough to actually pick this game up. It was a really pleasant surprise for me, probably one of the more exciting ones. And let's see, another PSP game I have is Ys the Ultimate Falcana. Ys games are always a lot of fun with amazing music and incredibly fast gameplay. But yeah, the stories, I guess, usually leave something to be desired. But really, I mean, it's Ys really isn't. At least the 2 that I played, I only played this one in the Arkham Pishdom, and the stories were not all that interesting, but the gameplay was just so fun and so fast-paced. And the music, again, is just incredible. It's worth it. So, yeah, I'm really glad that I own this one, too. That was another pleasant surprise for me. I've got a couple 3DS games here, though these ones aren't super rare, at least not yet, but Virtue's Last Reward. I can't even play this game yet because it is... yeah, it's the sequel to a DS game called 999, which I haven't played, and they're like these really intense story-based puzzle games, which are really interesting, and they're really dark and kind of creepy too. I played the first puzzle in this game, and it was awesome. It was really interesting. I'm horrible at puzzles, and I was able to figure it out, but it took me a long time, so I'm sure if when I get around to this game, I will probably be wanting to tear my hair out. So I look forward to that. Not really. Let's see. And then the last game that I have here is one that I actually, wasn't kind of lost, but it was just kind of sitting there. Kid Icarus Uprising. I'm a huge Kid Icarus fan. I guess if you know me, you've heard me yelling about how I wanted a sequel. They finally made one, which is awesome. The sky sections when you're flying are great, but the ground sections, the controls definitely leave something bizarre. But the game is hilarious with great music, great characters, and it's pretty. The storyline's kind of like watching a really strange Saturday morning cartoon, but the voice acting is quite enjoyable. All the characters are hilarious. But yeah, and I remember the guys who made this game actually, the same guys who behind Smash Brothers, interestingly enough, they developed this game. But then soon after the game was developed, their team was totally disbanded. And in an interview, Sakurai, the main guy behind it, said, "Oh, maybe fans can get a sequel in another 25 years." Sakurai, I'm going to be 50 by then. My eyes are going to be no good. Hell, I'm going to be completely senile by the age of 30 the way my memory works. So screw you for making me wait that long, but I don't care. I'm still going to play it, you rat bastard. Anyway, yeah, that's it. This is horribly uninteresting, and I really don't know why I'm recording it, but I'm bored. I have nothing better to do with my time, and I will probably do this again. So if you watch it, it's your own fault. Alright, thank you. Again, bye.